Hello friends, welcome back to Belle's Library. Today I've got a few recent reads to talk about with you guys, so let's go ahead and get moving. Before we start talking about the 3 books that I have for you guys today, please click subscribe below, and also my Goodreads and Instagram are down there. If you want to follow me over there, we can talk bookish on every platform here. Now, I do have 3 books, like I said, that we're going to talk about. And so the first one that I have is The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. I am currently reading through a lot of Riley Sager's backlist with my friend Alida over at Alida and the Books, and so last month we did read this one. And this one is, we're following this girl, and she was at this summer camp when these 3 other girls go missing. And then she is invited to go back like 15 years later as a camp counselor, and she decides that she's going to go. They're like reopening it after this happened, and she wants to go see if she can figure out what happened to the girls. And so we're kind of got this mystery going on. Really great camp atmospheres. I definitely think that Riley Sager does a great job with building an amazing atmosphere. I can imagine like the whole little camp area, the lake. There's a lot of different things going on. I really couldn't guess like who was doing anything. There's a lot of different possible suspects and how these kids went missing. You are getting the 2 different timelines, so we're following our main character present day while she's trying to figure out what happened back then, and then you're also following back then, leading up to the events of them going missing and her relationship with these girls and stuff like that. Overall, like I really enjoy Riley Sager's books. I really enjoy the atmosphere he builds, and they're just really fast page turners. Like which is great in a thriller. Like you just want to feel like you're just moving through them. This one I feel like does build up a little bit slower, and it didn't pull me in quite as much as Lock Every Door, which is my favorite so far by him. But I think it's a very solid 4-star, and I really did still enjoy it quite a bit. There's like literally on like the last page or 2 a big twist, and that one I'm still not sure how I feel about. Like I'm like, do I love that or do I hate that? I'm not sure. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you read this book, let me know down below. Did you love or hate that twist? Because I still am just not really sure. So the next book we're going to talk about, I finished a little bit after this one, and that is in an anthology, Summer Days and Summer Nights. And this one, I don't know, I think it had like 12 or 13 stories in it. I did read Hungry Hearts anthology. That was in my last recent reads. And I never really read a ton of anthologies. When I was younger, I used to read like the chicken soup ones, and I loved those. But just something that like I'm intrigued by, but I haven't really gotten into. And so I've been reading these with Erin, one of my subscribers, and we chat a lot, and so it's been really fun to read with her, and I talk nurse stuff with her too. So anyways, back to the book. So Summer Days and Summer Nights is an anthology, and I actually enjoyed this one quite a bit. The first couple stories I adored. There's one by like Libba Bray and Nina LaCour. Both those ones were great. One of them was a camping one, which is kind of funny. There's like a really fun one with like a carnival, and there's like a creepy circus one. That one was really cool. We also have a little bit of some representation. I really enjoyed, there was one story towards the end that this girl worked as a counselor for a kids camp during the day, and she was like wanting to go out on a date with this guy, and so she like invited him out and stuff, and she at the camp takes care of one of the kids has autism, and then so we have some really good autistic rep, and the guy that she's going out with ends up getting along with the kid really well, and she's like, I've been trying to reach this kid for forever, like all summer, and he just doesn't really like seem to want to connect, and she's like, I don't know what to do. So I enjoyed that story. Obviously I remember it quite a bit. So there's different representation in the stories. There's a lot of great authors. I think Cassie Clare was one. So yeah, this one was really fun. I still gave it a 3-star because I don't know if it quite hit that 4-star. There were some stories in there that I was kind of like, trudging through a little bit. But overall, it was close to being a 4-star for the anthologies, and yeah, I thought it was really fun. I think, like, I'm pretty sure Kayla at Books and Lala said that she likes to use anthologies to kind of find authors that she hasn't read, like their writing style and that kind of thing. So definitely cemented that I liked certain authors, but also, like, I liked Cassandra Clare's. So I'm like, I really need to read some of her books because I still haven't. I don't know. I tend to, like, go back and I'll look up some of the authors afterwards if I don't know them and see what else they have out. So I definitely have been kind of keeping that in mind. And then the last book that we're going to talk about is Act Your Age, Eve Brown. I finally read this one, and I am so glad I did. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I finished The Brown Sisters. This one was my favorite. I loved it. I was laughing throughout the entire thing. Like, I kept smiling and laughing, and I'm just, like, reading this book, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is, like, everything right now. It had the cutest, like, banter between Jacob and Eve, and oh my gosh, Jacob's just like, it's like got that kind of Grump and Sunshine type trope, because we have Jacob who's just like this grumpy innkeeper guy, and he's just like hating on everybody. He's got all these interviewees come in, and then Eve comes in, and he's just like, he hates all of them. He's just like, no, these are all awful people. They're not going to work at my inn. And then Eve comes in, and she's just like this ball of sunshine energy, and he's just like, ooh, like, what is going on here? Look at her colorful dress and like her purple hair. And he's just like, nope. And then she accidentally hits him with her car. And so then she's like, I have to make it up to him, and I have to help around the inn. He can barely like be getting around. And so she's kind of finding herself because her parents kind of said, hey, we're shutting off your trust fund. Like, you got to go figure something out. You need to act your age. She keeps starting businesses or starting things, but she doesn't ever like finish them. She like barely gets into them, and then she's like, no, that didn't work, and she moves on. And they're like, you gotta start acting your age, basically. So she starts working. They say she needs to work for a year before they're gonna let her have her money again. And so she starts working for Jacob, and she doesn't live in the area, so she ends up crashing with him in his extra spare room, and just like totally infiltrates his whole life. But they're so cute together because both of them secretly like kind of like each other underneath their like bantery personalities with each other. And this one has awesome autistic representation as well. I've heard from people who have autism, or have family members with autism, that the representation in here is really good. And just, yeah, I just adored it. Like, it was wonderful. So I feel like if I'm gonna rank the 3 sisters books, then it literally like only gets better for me. Chloe Brown was my least favorite, but I still really enjoyed it. Then Danny Brown. Sorry, some background noise for a minute. And then Eve Brown's my absolute favorite. So those are the 3 books that I've got going on that I wanted to chit chat with you guys about. Let me know what you guys are reading soon, and we'll have another one of these coming out. I'll make sure to put my first one of these, because we switched from doing wrap-ups to doing these recent reads. So this is my second one. Put the first one up top and down below for you guys. But yeah, I will be doing like quarterly kind of wrap-up things with just talking about some of my favorites and least favorite books, and we'll just kind of go through my stats and stuff then. So that'll be coming out next month, right? August, September, July, August, September? I think July, August, September will come out next month. That sounds right. So anyways, that's what's happening. If you guys made it this far, then put a blue emoji down below, or like a campfire. Yes, I'm pretty sure there's a campfire. So do that, and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.